And so let's talk about someone who I think on the flip side, I think is doing an excellent job of this. And that is Snowflake. So Snowflake has introduced what they're calling Cortex AI, and it's their agentic AI solution in partnership with Anthropic. And we're going to talk a little bit more about Anthropic. I think has maybe finally woken up and is now competing much more in terms of the hearts and minds of the AI world here. They've had a whole bunch of stuff going on. So this is one of them. Partnering with Snowflake. And what I think is really interesting about it is they are very correctly, Snowflake is very correctly identifying that they need when they're calling it data agent, right? Recognizing that when you're looking at data, right? So Snowflake is a data company. When they're looking at data, that you have this combination of structured and unstructured data, and using agentic AI is a great use of actually helping bring that data together. That currently they're very different sort of data sets, and it's very difficult to merge them, and using the combination of their historical foundation structured data and agentic AIs and generative AI's ability to deal with unstructured data, that you can bring these together and actually create agents that help you truly and rapidly analyze the data. And I think it's a compelling case. It's a compelling use case for how to use this in a way. And then on top of it, they're not trying to reinvent the wheel here, and they're using Anthropic and their agentic AI framework as the LLM layer. I think it makes a ton of sense. And I think it's a very smart approach to how to bring AI into an established product.
Yeah, just having these more targeted outputs, I think, is an important step forward because at the end of the day, most businesses are not trying to simply do discovery for its own sake. There is going to be some sort of structured output that needs to be created and supported. And Snowflake has had that enterprise data mindset from the get-go, owning the entire stack, and then going from all the data, well, which they want to be in Snowflake, of course, to the actual work products that need to be created. And so I see it as going a step further if we're going to compare it to the Glean announcement.
Yeah, and what I think is interesting too is that they go. I mean, I think what we'll be sharing in the thing is their blog post, which goes fairly deep into how they're structured this architecturally. And I mean, Snowflake has always done a really good job of sort of exposing the inner workings of how they approach it, which I think as an enterprise IT buyer would give me a lot of trust, and I think that's a really smart approach. And they are absolutely dealing with the specific elements of how they are solving problems. And again, I think what they are doing a really great job of is being laser focused on the problems they're trying to solve. And I think that's just a winning combination. I mean, if you're on the flip side, if you're an enterprise software maker, take note. This is what you want to be doing, right? Laser focusing on a problem, figuring out how you can leverage technology to specifically solve it in a unique way. And we'll see. Proof will be in the pudding. But so far, I'm impressed with what the announcement is.